Well, let's talk now to Aidan Foster-Carter, who's an Honorary Senior Research Fellow in Sociology and Modern Career at Leeds University. Welcome to the programme. Well, we're going to carry on watching those pictures from Seoul while we talk. So sum up, if you can, what you think has happened today.
Something most extraordinary, first of all. Sorry if I'm allowed to judge before I describe. Something I never expected to see, but maybe it's over. President Yoon signed this decree of martial law. He did so out of a clear blue sky. This is not a society in which I think I or anybody else, I'm some distance away, but I follow it closely, or anybody there saw this coming. It's a country. It's a democratic country. Of course, it has a history of military coups back from the 1960s through to 1987. It was ruled by soldiers, but that was overthrown, and it's been a robust democracy in several senses. It's been strong. It has been hard fought. There's been a bit of an impasse lately because President Yoon is frankly very unpopular. One might think he has no mandate at all to do such a thing. He's the most unpopular president ever. He won election very narrowly 2 years ago. He faces a parliament that's controlled. He's a conservative. He faces a parliament controlled by the left, by the Liberals, who increased their majority in parliamentary elections last year. So it's quite clear what the South Korean people want, and he has no business calling them anti-state and pro-DPRK elements. There wasn't a crisis, except that the parliament kept blocking. You know, there was a bit of a gridlock, and certainly the two sides needed to talk and to compromise. But that requires dialogue. I mean, it certainly does not require the scenes we've seen, and which, from what I'm hearing, you'll be ahead of me probably, may now be coming to an end. I can but hope so.
Well, what we know is in the last half an hour or so that the Assembly has voted to block martial law, which was declared by the President. What are the possible next steps here?
Well, I think it's probably rather stark. The National Assembly, I suppose the armed forces, those of them who are present, those of them who are involved, who will not be the whole of the armed forces, I'm told they're special forces, will, I suppose, have to decide whether they take orders from the President or from the democratically elected National Assembly, which has just countermanded him, as the Constitution entitles it to do. Questions arise like, didn't Yoon foresee this happening? Again, what I'm hearing, and I must stress, of course, we're all sort of still a lot of in the dark, and situations changing as we speak, but Yoon's own party, the People Power Party, the Conservative Party, minority party in the Assembly, they didn't like this any more than anybody else did, so they voted against it as well. So I'm hoping that he will back down. I mean, and I'm hoping that nobody fires a gun. The worst I've heard of so far is that somebody let off a fire extinguisher. If it stays at that level, we're okay. But it's obviously very, very, very worrying, and to me quite unforeseen development.
Well, as you say, you said before, no one saw this coming. How do you think people there will be feeling?
Well, I think they're on the street and they're telling us. I mean, this is, I say, on the street, of course, that there it's well into the middle of the night, into the small hours now, but people have come out, as they have in the past, and say, no, this is a sophisticated country. South Koreans fought very hard for their democracy, left and right, and they've had it for 36 years now. The president has changed every 5 years by the Constitution. One president has been impeached constitutionally. I have a feeling another one is going to be impeached if it comes out the way that I think it will come out, and he has to withdraw. Parliament's been elected every 4 years. It's all gone very smoothly, and people value this. It's a very sophisticated society, you know. It's the world's fifth largest exporter. Everyone's familiar with Korea, with K-pop and everything. This is not the kind of country where you expect stuff like this to happen. I don't know what on earth President Yoon was thinking.
Aidan, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. That's Aidan Foster-Carter from Leeds University.